For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live.
Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about Mercury in 8th house. What kind of general results we can see if Mercury is placed in 8th house in anybody's chart, good and bad both. So let us start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in the description. And any of you who are interested in spirituality and religion and philosophy, I have started 2 new channels in Hindi as well as English. The links are shown in card section above. You can watch the videos. We are discussing Advait Vedanta, and later on we will talk about various schools of philosophies and philosophical thoughts as well. If you have interest in these big questions of like who am I, is there any purpose of life, is there any meaning, all those things. So we are discussing all those things on a video basis there in detail. So I'll request you to watch those videos, subscribe the channel, and I think that you will be able to understand and come across a lot of new things and new perspectives in life. So let's come back to the topic here, and we'll talk about Mercury in 8th house. First thing which we are going to talk about, good results of Mercury in 8th house. Now good results come when Mercury is well placed. What do I mean by that? Mercury is well placed if Mercury is in own sign, exaltation sign, or in friendly signs, and it is in association with the benefics or Kendra lords. Then the zodiac sign in which it is sitting, the lord of that sign must be well placed in the chart. And another thing is that the Lagna lord, sun and moon, they must be well placed in the chart. If sun, moon and ascendant lord are weak, no matter what other planets are making the yogas, how good they are, you won't find expected results, because the strength of the chart is lost or it goes down to a severe extent, and hence the potential of planets to give results reduces quite a lot in the chart. So even if you run the good planetary dashas, you won't find expected results at all if sun, moon and ascendant lord are weak, badly placed or weak in the chart. So see them. Now, if Mercury is making such combinations in the 8th house, now Mercury functions quite well in 8th house as compared to other benefics like Jupiter, Venus and Moon. So Mercury in 8th house is considered fruitful if it is well placed. It is a tricky situation, but if it is well placed, it can fetch quite good results, which we are going to see now. So if Mercury is well placed, it makes person first of all quite curious, because 8th house is hidden things. 8th house is research, analysis, things which are full of mystery, all those things. And Mercury is a planet of logic, reason, calculation, analysis, curiosity. So Mercury in 8th house, if it is well placed, it makes person curious, secretive, logical, calculative, practical, gives ability to do research and analysis, gives keen observation and ability to see behind the scenes and connect the dots and see the big picture. It makes person detail oriented, and it gives you an innovative style of thinking. Then it also gives natural interest and liking for mysterious things and subjects. It can be astrology, occult science, or puzzles, or anything which grabs person's interest, which is mysterious in nature, or which is quite not known by people. It can be like scientific subjects also, like physics is there, space is there, because we have not explored too much there. Like if we talk about space and universe, it can show that. So the thing here is that such subjects which are full of mystery and hidden things, and still a lot has not been known about them, or people areas which people don't explore too much in normal fashion, that can be seen. Then Mercury in 8th house makes person quite smart, clever, resourceful, diplomatic in approach, tactful, strategic, good at decision making and planning, and it also gives you good memory and concentration. If you have to see moon also, but Mercury in 8th house, if it is well placed, it gives you good memory as well as communication, although the person cannot be very much talkative, that is another thing. But it gives you a good style of speech and communication, where you are able to express your ideas, your thoughts in a well-versed, impressive, persuasive style. Then if creative combinations are happening in the chart, and Mercury is in 8th house, then it enhances imagination and creativity of the person. It can be in any domains. It can be acting, music, dance, drama, any fine arts areas. But if creative combinations are there, then Mercury enhances the capability to do innovation and think outside the box with your imagination. So good imagination and creativity can be seen. Then apart from that, it also shows, if creative combinations means ability to express emotions will also be there. So good speech and expression of emotions can also be seen, only and only if the combinations are somewhat creative in nature. Otherwise, if it is more bent on the logical side, then the capability to express emotions will be less. Other things will be fine. Means capability to express in any other areas, no problem at all. But person is quite reserved when it comes to their inner feelings and emotions. Then another thing here is that if strong spiritual yogas are happening in the chart, then Mercury in 8th house is considered very good for associating with yoga, astrology, philosophy, sadhana, austerity, sincere practices of spiritual practices related to religion or any other thing. Then 8th house is also from 8th house Mercury looks at the 2nd house, so it is, if it is well placed, it is a good situation for finances, money, inheritance, properties and lands. It gives you those things. Although it comes with there can be certain instability can be seen, that is a separate thing, but in general Mercury is favorable in terms of financial flow, although it can show some kind of instability sometimes at some point in life. But in general, it is overall well for finances, money, inheritance, properties and land. Then there are certain fields for which Mercury is quite good being in 8th house. It can be science and technology and engineering related areas of any kind. Then any job roles in any areas which are related to research, development, analysis. Then it is good for management, particularly management and administration, particularly related to strategy, operations and planning. And also it is good for BFSI and accounts, tax and fintech. Then life science areas, healthcare sector, defense and police, secret jobs and security based services, spokes. It can show journalism, particularly investigative journalism, politics, infrastructure, real estate, occult practitioners. It can be any field, astrologers, numerologists, palmists, shamans, tantrics, any philosophers. Actually philosophy is not occult, but it can show. Then so you have to see combinations for them. If Mercury's other planets are making such combinations for any of these areas, then Mercury in 8th house will help to get into any of those fields which I discussed. Then it can also see 8th house is a malefic house, so Mercury in 8th house can bring sudden changes, instability and struggles sometime in life. That depend on the dasha pattern of the person. But any time the changes, instability, transformations, struggles, delays, any hidden enemies, any sudden threats are coming up, or any like 8th houses, accident and injuries, anything can be given. So these issues, those challenges on any front, they can be seen. It can be in your career, your health, your family, your finances. It can be in any domain. That depends on chart to chart. But those changes, instabilities, struggles, delays, challenges, whichever they are coming in whatever respective areas of life, ultimately, if like I'm discussing good Mercury, then it shows that it will also help you to overcome those challenges and struggles and win over them ultimately. So that is also a good thing. And Mercury 8th house, if it is well placed and ascendant lord, lagna lord, moon and sun are strong, then it also gives long life to the person. Longevity is good. So these are the good results of Mercury in 8th house, and it is the only benefic which functions quite well in 8th house as compared to other ones. Okay, so why that we discuss. Now we'll talk about Mercury in 8th house, but if it is badly placed or afflicted, what does it mean? It means that Mercury is in an enemy sign or a debilitation sign, and the Neech Bhanga, cancellation or debilitation, is not happening. The zodiac sign in which it is sitting, the lord of that sign is badly placed in the chart. Sun, moon and ascendant lord are not well placed or afflicted in the chart, and Mercury is being in enemy signs, it is afflicted by 6th, 8th and 12th lord, Saturn, Mars, Rahu, Ketu, being in retrogression, completely combust or in heavy papakardri, hemmed between malefics. Then it means that Mercury will lose the power, and the more negative influences will be there, Mercury will be considered afflicted and damaged, and it will have capacity to create a lot of problems in life. varying from person to person. All the things which I am going to discuss right now, treat it as a source of information. Don't jump to conclusions until and unless you have not seen other planets and yogas in entirety. Then only see that, okay, this is the way a planet like Mercury can help, can behave in a person's life. So it can be good for certain areas, it can be bad for certain areas at the same time. Means it can be giving mixed results. And the more it is afflicted or damaged, the more capacity it will have to harm the person in life. So what kind of problems can be seen, that we will discuss. But again, treat it as a source of information. Don't jump to conclusions. So first thing here is that it can bring or induce several negative traits or characteristics in the behavior, which gives or boost the toxicity or maleficence in the personality. So what kind of these things can be seen? See, there are many people who are secretive, that is not a problem. But in this case, Mercury enhances the cunningness, shrewd behavior over ruthless pragmatism, where you lose the ability to have empathy towards people. Then it can make person quite critical and harsh and bad and abusive speech, because it is, Mercury is speech and it is looking at second house also. So it can show mean, critical, bad, harsh, abusive, hurtful speech can also be seen, which creates a lot of problems in your life. Then it can also enhance jealousy, vengeance, vindication, wrong use of intellect and knowledge. It can show person can be smart and clever, but it can make sometimes person sleazy, more prone to lies, manipulation, deceitful approach, ungrateful nature, selfishness is excessive, blindly materialistic nature, means person is alive only for the self as well as the pleasures which they are want to derive from the world. That is blindly materialistic approach. Then it enhances your greed, and here the person does not care too much what about how they are fulfilling their desires or goals, whether it is right or wrong. Mercury does not care too much. But first of all, Mercury is a businessman, it's not law and order. So Mercury here, if it is badly placed, then it can induce a lot of tendency where we seek shortcuts, and the person does not care too much about if they are doing it in the right way or the wrong way. If somebody is getting harmed in the way, they don't bother about that. So it enhances the greed, capability to scam, excessive opportunism, conspiring nature. It can also show controversies and scandals and scams of any kind in life. Then it can induce or create problems like loss of career or finances or assets or reputation or properties or lands. Then it is bad for marriage, because constant changes and instability or fear of commitment or what you can say, disloyalty, or all these things can be seen, which if it is making bad yogas for marriage, it can show troubles in marriage, severe troubles in marriage also. Then indulgence in corrupt, illicit, criminal, illegal activities or malpractices, no matter where the person is, from a petty theft to con artist to big crimes, it can be seen. But again, treat it as a source of information, don't jump to conclusions. Okay. Then bad for health and longevity, because 8th house is a Marak house. So if it is not well placed in the 8th house, then it can give diseases, accidents, injuries, surgeries. And if quite negative yogas are there, it reduces the longevity and can give death also. Then it can also make person very confused, because this is another thing. Like in the so far what we discussed, Mercury is giving you logic, reason, rationality, practicality, skepticism, ability to think and everything. It is giving you cleverness and smartness. But if it is another point, if it is badly placed, is that it reduces those capacities which Mercury represent. So it can make person quite confused. Attention span is very poor, concentration is very poor, decision making is also very poor, because excessive misdirection is there. You are easily influenced by other people, and total cluelessness, you don't know what to do in life. Then easily prone to misunderstandings and creating troubles in life on your own. and person does not know what is good and bad for themselves. Most of the time Mercury will make a scenario in the mindset that person tends to choose those things naturally which are bad for them, which are going to bring troubles in their lives. And even if somebody tells them or gives them advice that what is right and wrong, they are not going to listen to that. So thing here is that person invites problems and troubles because of their misdirected, clueless, wrong, or I'd say mind moving in a wrong direction. You're not able to understand what is good and bad for you. Then Mercury in 8th can also bring speech problems because it is your controller of the speech, looking at second house. So either a speech delay is there, or some kind of speech issues are there, or unclear speech is there, or people who are having poor social or communication skills can be seen, who have stage fright, or they are not able to express themselves clearly, and they are not able to share their ideas even though they have skills, but that can also be a trouble in 8th. Then it can enhance a lot of fear, panic, paranoia, phobia, anxiety, sleep problems, high insecurity and nervousness, and any kind of proneness to addictions, and bad company can be seen. Bad relationships with siblings can be seen. Bad relations with aunts in your lives can be seen, and bad relations with in-laws can be seen. So these issues can be seen seen by Mercury in 8th house. So these are the negative results, of course, but as I mentioned, you have to understand that we are discussing only a single placement of a planet in a single house, what it is capable of, if it is well placed or badly placed. So that is how you have to take it, and you have to see the other combinations in the chart, and then you arrive at a proper result that okay, this is how a Mercury can exhibit results in this particular person's life. So that is how you have to understand. So that is all from my end today regarding Mercury in 8th house. If you are new to my channel, subscribe below for more. Check on my website, Facebook page, Instagram. The links are shown in description. Otherwise, we'll meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.